Alright, welcome to the RetroTech 120p challenge, where you can have as many practice goes as you like, but as soon as you press record, that is your run. And this week we're playing Super Street Fighter 2, The New Challengers, which is a very clever way for everyone else on the channel to get back at me, because this is a really good game, so it looks like they're not being bad people, but unfortunately, the arcade versions of Street Fighter are super cheap and, not welcoming to newcomers or, in my case, people of limited ability. If you've ever played Super Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo, whack that on the hardest level, then you've got an idea of what kind of level you're facing with the arcade. Yeah, so after I picked Bravo Man last week, they've gone and got me back good. So yeah, this is Super Street Fighter 2. Should need no interruption. It came out in 1993 via Capcom and was put on various formats. You can find it on various collections around the world, on various consoles, primarily, of course, the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo. But yeah, it's made more appearances than Donald Trump at a billionaire's party. He saved TikTok, didn't he? Yeah, I'm sure he's not making lots of money from that. Anyway, enough of the politics. So what I'd like to talk about, we've got to talk about genital facts, and we're going to talk about, obviously, the new challengers. How about newcomers in porn? And if you want to know who the 2024 Best New Starlet was at the 41st AVN Awards, that's the Adult Video, I think, Network probably, Awards, it is a young lady by the name of Chanel Cameron. That's Chanel Cameron. So if you want the spelling, Christ, that's good. CHANEL CAMRYN. If you're busy typing that into Google, that's what you need to look for. And if you want to know some of the names of her movies, well, you've got Interracial Blowbang, you've got Ghostbusters XXX Part 2. I haven't seen the first one, so there's no point in me watching that. Family Squirts, Come Fiesta 21, up to 21. That's like The Land Before Time, but with penises. And Fornicators, which I can't believe hasn't been used in porn before as a title. Fornicators. I mean, it's quite, that's the sort of thing that Jacob Rees-Mogg might say if he saw a pair of teens ratting outside his house. Look, there's a pair of fornicators outside. But yeah, so that's that. What have we got coming up on the channel this week? Well, look at as I cheap it out. That's the only way to beat this with my level of ability. Anthony's probably going to breeze through to like round 7 or something, as will the other boys. But fighting games are far from my forte. So coming up on the channel this week we've got Charlie Chaplin, which I actually made probably think back in November, that video. But it's finally getting an airing. And then the following week we've got the Royal Rumble. So I'm doing Royal Rumble on the Dreamcast. And then there's some other stuff coming soon. I've done a video recently on a PS2 game called Seven Sins, which I'm going to put out for Valentine's Day. And if you've not heard of that game, definitely watch the video because it's very interesting. Let's put it that way. For a PS2 game that no one really talks about, it's a PAL-only one. But yeah, it's it's Sims crossed with on the buses. I think is a good way of putting it. Sort of like a PlayStation 2 version of How to Be a Complete Bastard, but with boobies. So yeah, that's coming up in the future, as I'm getting my bum handed to me by the Lidl Bruce Lee. Not very good at fighting games, as I said, so you'll have to all laugh at me in the comments. But I do say, if you do that, please join in with the challenge and show me how it's done. Because if you're so good at Street Fighter 2 and you think like your Super Nintendo experience is going to get you through you're used to playing it on like the default setting on that, please do show me up, because I bet you that you'll find that this is another level entirely. It's very hard. So yes, now I've embarrassed myself, and well done, Anthony. Well done, Paul. You've got me back for picking the worst game in existence last week by making me look like a right numpty. Oh, hang on, no, I've still got another continue, haven't I? What a wally. It's alright, I don't actually win a single round from here. I went, oh, I'll pick Ken, because, like, you know, I could just use his moves, but yeah, this game is super cheap. It really is. It's I think it's one of those that it's kind of reliant on the fact that everyone played Street Fighter 2 back in 91 or 2 or whatever, and it's reliant on the same people coming back, and they went, how can we make more money out of this machine which people will play? We'll make it really, really hard. So yeah, and people put credits in to try to get better. So a bit of gamesmanship there from Capcom, but you can't blame them, can you? You can't blame them. It was an international phenomenon. It is a really good game. Just the arcade version is cheap as chips. Yeah, definitely worth giving it a go, just to see how hard it is, even if you don't make a video on it. But yeah, my bum firmly in the grasping hands of Fei Long there, and my shame is now complete, and I will dart off into the night like a mole. Yeah, a mole with like a hat on. So yes, like, subscribe, and thanks, bye.